Hey, I'm back. I know I've been gone for a month, and I didn't mean to be gone that long. I've been in a little bit of a funk. We've been going through a situation with Social Security that's very frustrating. When we retired, we collected it a month after we retired. And the next year, last year, in June, we got a letter saying we owed $18,000 between us in overpayment. So we went down there and asked what that was about after getting a letter from work stating when we retired, and brought that in. And the guy said, well, we just get your W-2 and we don't know when you retire, so we just assume you work all year. So we showed him the letter. He scanned it in, said that's all we needed and we'd be fine. So we didn't think about it. A month later, it was still showing that we owed the money, and we went back in. This is when you could still get in line at the Social Security office and wait in line. And she said, well, it's in processing and it'll probably be months. Well, this was June, the first week of July, and in October they started taking half our money anyway. And it's now March and they're taking it this month still. We've contacted our local congressman. His office has been working on it, but all they can do is give him all the information. They resubmitted all the paperwork and showing that, you know, his job wrote, this is when he retired, this is when he started the job, 21 years later, this is when he retired. And that we did not work a day past when they say we did, but they are not responding. So I've been in a funk. When you lose half your money, it's stressful. We've been having to borrow from our son. We luckily have a mortgage company that's working with us, but they've trashed our credit because the credit cards that allowed us to skip a few payments just kept adding up the interest, and it showed the missed payments on our credit report. So they've tanked our credit. Our mortgage will probably have to be redone with a higher interest rate. So they've really messed us up for the next 30 years. So I've been in a funk. I've been letting it kind of overwhelm me. And I just finally decided I've got to let it go. I've got to move on and start finding a way to get over it, because there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. You can't call anybody. You can't talk to anybody. There's nothing we can do. So I'm back. I'm going to start doing more videos again and just fake it till you make it type thing. Try to feel creative again, because I just haven't in a month. I just have been, I mean, a month ago, this had been going on already for a very long time, but I was still in that la-la land of thinking, because we had contacted the congressperson, thought it was on its way to being resolved, because usually when you contact a congressman's office, or woman's office, it's resolved within a month. But that was back in November and it's not resolved. So this is where we're at. So that's why I kind of disappeared for a little bit. But I'm back, and I have an interesting project I'm going to work on today. This is a bracelet. You may have seen it if you saw some of my unboxing videos. It's one that was in one of my boxes from Goodwill, or one of those places, and I tried listing it. It never sold, and I think it's because those dangles are just kind of weird. So what I decided I would do is take these off, put a different charm here, and make two of these into an earring set and the other one into a necklace. So that's what we're going to do. So I have some options here that I wanted to use for the charm, and I've got a little butterfly. I'll show you what I've kind of picked out to choose from, and they're all just kind of random, and these are the ones I've been looking at. And I thought about the butterfly, but it's just not high quality. It's a cheapie. This one's kind of cool, but it's kind of random, a hat. This elephant, again, two-sided, kind of random. The tree of life, I don't know if that really goes with hearts, and it's kind of big. So that left these three, and I'm torn between these two because I think the owl's kind of an inexpensive one too. These are better quality. Now this is one-sided, but it's a nice, what does that say? Claire's? Chico's. This is a Chico charm. So I'm not sure, but I'm thinking I might have to do the dragonfly because it's small, it's lightweight, and it's two-sided, and this has no picture on the back. And then the fact that it says Chico's, I think that's Chico's, means I can't sell it if it's got a Chico brand on it, because a lot of companies frown upon you using their parts and pieces that are signed. So I think we'll use the dragonfly. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to take my pliers, and we're just going to open up the jump ring, or the loops on these charms, and pull them off like this. This will be an actual very easy project and a kind of fun one. And then I can list this on Etsy in its new form with the 3 pieces instead of 1. This is the easiest part, of course, is opening up. Let's see, you got to see where the wires, where it opens. I'm pretty sure this was a handmade piece because I have some of these clasps like this, the toggle, the rose. It's a rose with a toggle stick. So I'm pretty sure, but see, it doesn't look quite right. I think if they had done the beads all in the same direction, it would look better. And that's another option too. I could just unhook it here and then turn and unhook it here and turn it around. And I honestly think that might look better than trying to add a charm. So let's see if we can do that. I'm going to open it up here and take that off. Just shut it temporarily. Then we'll open it up on this end and take the extension chain. And the reason you do that is to make sure the toggle will easily go through, that you got enough room for it to go through the toggle, because that can be a problem with some of the toggles if it's too thick. Now I think that looks better. Oh, wait a minute. What? Oh, they've got them alternating the whole necklace. Oh, so I see. So this is a bigger mess than I thought. Okay, let's see here. So I guess I don't know what they were doing. Okay, I'm going to have to take them apart. So let's see, this might be a longer video, so feel free to fast forward through if you don't want to watch all these little steps I'm doing. But I'm taking apart the hearts because clearly they did all kinds of alternating here, and I don't like that. I think that might be why it didn't sell. It didn't look symmetrical, and I know for me, I prefer symmetrical stuff, you know. Let's see. So let's see here. Let's switch that up. But this is, if you're trying to learn how to do it, this is how it goes, you know. Now these two face the same way, so that'll be easier. I can hook those two on. And they're all kind of a swirled glass, so it really doesn't matter what order you put them in. Alright, I'll hook this one on here. I just didn't know if the charm would look right. You know what I mean? It just, I was concerned about that. So that was my other option, was to just reverse the beads and just have a nice bracelet that was more simple. Because you know, when you wear a bracelet, a charm bracelet, it's a very set type of look. But this isn't really a charm bracelet, so it kind of made it look a bit awkward. Like I said, I had this, I'm trying to keep it in the frame, but I'm not, am I? I tried to list this, and it never even got any views. And I'm thinking I might have to redo a couple of these links, but if I do that, I'll do that later. See, that's kind of chewed up, and it was already a little bit that way. I may later on off camera redo a couple of these links. And then I'll put the clasp back on this end, or the toggle stick. I just got to hook the chain on there and close that up. Alright, so there's the bracelet, and I think that looks a lot better. It doesn't have that weird, I don't know, when the two hearts went the different directions, it kind of gave it a weird look. So I'm glad not to put a charm on there. I think that'll be better. And then I picked a chain that I wanted to use. Where is it? I had one that was already, yeah, this one here. This one has a nice, these are some blanks I bought. It already has a toggle, a lobster claw and a thing. So this probably won't fit well. So I'm going to put this onto a bigger jump ring like this here. This one might be too big, but if it is, we can always add a bead or something to it later. But you want it big enough. Now, this might be too big. I think maybe one just a little smaller would work better. Let's get a smaller. I've got a little, this is just a travel box. This isn't my actual stash. This is just a little box that I can take with me if I'm traveling and want to work on jewelry. I actually packed it up for the move, so I'd have it out for the move, but I didn't end up using it. Okay, let's put this on here. So we'll hook this little charm onto the... Okay, first thing you've got to make sure of is that your loop is closed so it doesn't come off of your hoop. See? Then you're going to put the chain on too, because this will not fit over the clasp or the lobster claw. You have to be careful, these are magnetic tools. And then you're just going to close it up with the chain and the charm both on the, the chain and the charm both through the jump ring. And then you're going to and then there's your little necklace. And I love this chain. It's kind of a, I think this is a Rollo, which is my favorite type of chain. And I like the reflectance. And these were brand new. I bought these in this big hunk of them. And I think I bought like 10 or 20 of them. So that's done. And then to do the earrings is really easy. You're just going to take an ear wire. And again, you're going to open it up. Oh, now you can feel when they give a little bit. I think that one, sometimes you can open them and sometimes you can't. See, this one I think opens from the back. You're just going to open that ear wire just enough to slide the earring on, the charm on, and then gently close it. And then you got a little earring. And then we're going to do that on the last one. Okay. Oh, I gotta shut that because I opened that to take it off. So you want to make sure it's shut all the way. There's no way that's going to come off that. There we go. See, it's tightly closed. Then we're going to slide that onto the ear wire and then pull the bead and the little spring up and close it. And there we have, let me see if I can get a good picture for you. We've got the bracelet, a necklace, and this is, I think, a 20-inch chain for the necklace. And we have the necklace, and we have the earrings, and then the bracelet. And that's what you can do if you're at a yard sale or a thrift store and you find something that you really like the materials. And you keep doing this, like you do this over and over, you'll end up with, like here's a necklace I bought that has, it came in a lot. And look at all the different charms and different colors and chain. And this is a brand new one with the tag still on it. This one was obviously handmade just by the clasp that they, I have to have it upside down. Just by the clasp that they used for it, I can tell that. But they did a beautiful job. It's just the design didn't seem to work. It was not even getting looks. So I think now, if I put this on for $20 on Etsy, I stand a chance at selling that. So that's what I'm going to do after I post this video. I'm going to go on Etsy and list this, probably while this is processing, and put that on Etsy, and I'll put a link down in the description box below the video. When you're watching a video on anyone's YouTube, you'll see a sentence under the video, and it'll often say more. When you hit more, it opens up and gives you their whole message. And I'll put it under there, the link, in case you want to go look at the pictures. That way you can get more of an idea of what I did, see the details of the piece. So that's what I'll do. And, you know, maybe somebody will find it that really loves it, but it's just a great idea what you can do. And let's say you didn't like these beads. It's just not that much harder to take the whole thing apart and redo it, because these lampwork beads, oh, if you bought them at Michael's or Hobby Lobby, would probably be on a string with clear beads in between them for about maybe $8, $10. I don't know, things are much more expensive. But if you can get the bracelet for $1 and take it apart, now you've got these beads and you've got the hearts, and you can do all kinds of stuff with it. So I'm a big fan of taking apart jewelry. I've got so many parts and pieces. I've sold a lot of my old jewelry, but I've always got these piles of findings and different things. Now, I won't reuse ear wires, but I will reuse clasps and toggles and lobster claws and chain and stuff like that, but just not the ear wires that go into your ear. I throw those away. So anyway, that's this finished project and a little bit of explaining why I've kind of been missing, and it's just time for me to pull myself up. What is that saying? Pull yourself up by your bootstraps and just get over it and just deal with it. We're very blessed. Our mortgage is working with us. And even though our payment might go up, at least they're working with us. And that our son is willing to help us whatever we need every month. And he's helping us out, and that's huge. And our other son has helped us out. He had some money he owed us from the past, so he's been chunking that off. And so we're doing fine. We're paying our bills. We're eating. We're doing the things. It's just the extra stuff you can't do when you're, you know, I'm not going to borrow money to go do thrifting and find new pieces and stuff. So that's few and far between. I might earn $1 or $2 on eBay and have $5 to go have fun with, but I'm really trying not to do much of that, because any money that comes in I put toward our food or different things like that. So I am listing again on eBay. I want to start listing on Etsy as well. I've got a lot of craft supplies, ribbons, some fabric, ephemera, and eventually I'll have some beads on there. But that's what I've been up to, and that's what I'm doing. But I will find time to make you some videos. I'll try to get one up a week. I got to start working on my blue and white beaded sequined ornaments, and I would like to do a couple Easter ones because I missed Valentine's Day, and I don't know if I can get one done in time for St. Patty's Day, but we'll see. But that's where I've been. This is kind of a long video, but I hope you enjoyed the project, and it's very simple. Just basically opening these up and using them as different things. So thanks so much for watching, and I appreciate you guys being here. And I apologize that I bailed on you for a month. I've just been in a mood. I won't lie. But I'm okay. I'm doing better. I'm not depressed or anything. Just more angry and frustrated, I would say. But I'm moving past it. A lot of prayers and you know, friends that let me talk when I'm upset, and that's helped a lot. So you know who you are, those that let me talk and vent. You guys are everything, and I appreciate it. But I'll be back hopefully with St. Patty's Day, but if not, an Easter ornament or project. So you have a lovely rest of your week, and I will be back again soon.